Over the last few weeks, one question has been spreading across social media, news sites, and even into Washington. Why are so many people connected to sensitive scientific fields turning up dead, missing, or linked to strange circumstances? The phrase missing scientists sounds like something out of a thriller. But the reason this story has gained so much attention is because at least some of the cases being discussed are real. Real people have vanished. Real deaths have occurred. Real families are still waiting for answers. The harder question is whether these cases are actually connected. Right now, the answer is still unclear. The list being shared online usually includes people with ties or alleged ties to aerospace, nuclear research, rocket technology, NASA, JPL, Los Alamos National Laboratory, the Air Force, advanced propulsion, astrophysics, plasma physics, and other sensitive fields. Some versions of the list include 10 people. Others include 11 or 12. Some even add older names connected to anti-gravity research or UFO-adjacent technology. That is part of what makes the story so difficult to untangle. The core concern is real, but the viral versions often mix confirmed facts with assumptions. One of the most talked about cases is retired Air Force Major General William Neil McCasland. He disappeared from the Albuquerque, New Mexico area in February 2026. McCasland had once commanded the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, a location long surrounded by UFO lore because of its alleged connection to the Roswell story. That alone made his disappearance explode across UFO circles. Reports say he left home without his phone, wearable devices, or prescription glasses. His wife has pushed back against online rumors, saying he had been retired for more than a decade and did not possess fresh secret knowledge that would make him a likely target. Still, his disappearance became the spark that pushed the story into national attention. Then, there are the New Mexico cases. Melissa Casillas, who worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory, went missing in June 2025. Online, she has often been described as a scientist, but family members have said she worked in an administrative role and did not have high-level clearance. Her family has also said they have not seen evidence connecting her disappearance to the other cases. Anthony Chavez, another person connected to Los Alamos, went missing in May 2025. Stephen Garcia, reportedly linked to the National Nuclear Security Administration's Kansas City National Security Campus, disappeared in August 2025. These disappearances helped create the impression of a New Mexico cluster, especially when McCasland's case was added to the conversation. California appears in the pattern too. Monica Riza, an aerospace engineer who worked on rocket engines, disappeared in June 2025 while hiking in Los Angeles County. Her case has drawn intense speculation because of her professional background, but hiking disappearances in remote terrain can happen without any larger conspiracy. That does not make her case less important. It just means the known facts do not yet prove a connection. Other deaths on the list are clearer, but still get folded into the mystery. Nuno Loureiro, an MIT professor and plasma physicist, was killed in December 2025. His field was highly technical and sensitive, which made his name stand out in online discussions. But investigators identified a suspect, reportedly a former engineering classmate, which points toward a personal motive rather than a coordinated plot. Carl Grillmeyer, a Caltech astrophysicist who collaborated with NASA, was killed in February 2026. Again, the scientific background made the case seem suspicious when placed on a list with others, but authorities charged a suspect in connection with his murder and carjacking. That is where the story becomes complicated. When a person disappears and no answer is available, people naturally look for patterns. When that person has a connection to aerospace, nuclear research, NASA, or defense-adjacent work, the speculation grows even faster. But when cases with known suspects, administrative roles, hiking disappearances, suicides, and unresolved missing person cases are all placed on the same board, the pattern can start to look stronger than the evidence really is. At the same time, the concern has not stayed online. The House Oversight Committee requested information from the Department of Energy, the FBI, NASA, and the Department of War about individuals connected to U.S. nuclear secrets or rocket technology who had died or vanished in recent years. That request was made on April 20th, 2026, and it marked a major turning point in the story. The federal government is now looking into it. CBS News reported that the FBI's role evolved from simply being aware of the cases and assisting local authorities to a more active role. FBI officials described the situation as developing, and FBI Director Kash Patel said the Bureau would spearhead the effort with partners at the Department of Energy and the Department of War. NASA has also responded. According to reporting, NASA said it is coordinating and cooperating with relevant agencies regarding the missing scientists. At the same time, NASA said it does not currently see anything connected to the agency that indicates a national security threat. That sentence matters. It means the government is taking the situation seriously enough to review, coordinate, and gather information. But it does not mean the government has confirmed a hidden operation, foreign espionage plot, or UFO-related cover-up. So where are we now? The cases are real. The grief is real. The missing people are real. The deaths are real. The connections are still unproven. What people are watching are the recurring themes: aerospace, nuclear research, Los Alamos, NASA, JPL, advanced technology, New Mexico, California, and people who worked in or around sensitive sectors. Those links are enough to raise questions. They are not enough, at least publicly, to prove a single coordinated plot. There are several possible explanations. One is coincidence. The United States has thousands of people working in science, defense-adjacent industries, aerospace, national laboratories, universities, and government contractor roles. Over time, some will tragically die, go missing, or become victims of ordinary crime. Another possibility is that there are weak connections, but not one grand conspiracy. Some cases may involve sensitive workplaces. Others may involve personal crises, hiking accidents, mental health struggles, or targeted violence unrelated to government secrets. A third possibility, the one driving the most speculation, is that someone is targeting people with access to certain information. That could mean foreign espionage, internal cleanup, or something even stranger. But as of now, no public evidence proves that. And then there is the UFO angle. McCasland's name especially pulled the story into UAP circles because of his Air Force research background, Wright-Patterson connection, and brief association with people interested in UFO disclosure. From there, the theory expanded quickly. Online voices began asking whether these people knew something about recovered technology, secret aerospace programs, anti-gravity research, or classified materials. That makes the story irresistible to the internet, but it also makes it vulnerable to exaggeration. The most responsible way to look at it is this: the story deserves attention, but not blind certainty. There are enough unusual cases to justify questions. There are enough sensitive sector links to justify a closer review. And there is now enough public pressure that Congress, the FBI, NASA, and the Department of Energy are involved in some form. But there is not enough public evidence to say all of these cases are connected. That may change. Investigators may uncover a pattern. They may find a security concern. They may find that some of the cases have nothing to do with one another. Or the final answer may remain frustratingly incomplete. For now, this is where we are. A list of dead and missing people has moved from social media speculation into official federal scrutiny. Some cases involve aerospace, nuclear, defense, or advanced science connections. Some are unresolved. Some have known suspects. Some appear to have been misrepresented online. And the government is now being asked to explain what, if anything, connects them. The mystery is not that every case proves a conspiracy. The mystery is that so many unanswered stories are now being viewed together, and once they are placed on the same board, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for joining us here at Unexplained Places on Earth. Our lead researcher and producer, Marcia Chase, is collecting unusual stories and unexplained places as she finishes the ending of her first novel. If you have a great story to tell or unusual place to add to the list, please send us an email. Thanks for watching.